All aboard the voicemail dump truck. Let me punch your ticket for a ride around the block, ladies and gentlemen. This is the voicemail dump truck podcast, established 1989. How is everybody doing on this wonderful first episode in November? That's right, it's Thursday, November 2nd, 2023. We are living in a post-Halloween world. Isn't that right, Bailey Myers?
Sort of. My roommates and I are throwing a Halloween party tomorrow just to get one last one out of our system.
Ooh, cool. I like that.
Yeah. We're like, bring whatever's left of your costume. Let's party.
Okay. All right.
Bonus candy that wasn't given out. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
We can deconstruct that in a second. I want to swing back around to that. Danny Reichert, how are you, bud?
I have never been better.
Wow. I'm always catching you on the best day of your life, and that's what I love about you.
Every day could be the best day of your life.
Sure. I love that positivity. Jeff Grubb, what's up, bud?
I don't believe you when you say you love that positivity. That's what's up.
You feed on negativity.
Yeah, I'm like the slime in Ghostbusters 2, and that was working out just fine until those fucking Ghostbusters showed up. Let me tell you.
Hey, Ghostbusters 2 and Marvel Spider-Man, exactly alike. Marvel Spider-Man 2. In both, you get the good goo to fight the bad goo, and that's all I have for that.
That's it.
That's all it takes.
And there's also that old school NES controller that controls the Statue of Liberty, as we all know.
Oh, right. Was it a flight stick in Ghostbusters 2? It's been a while.
It's the NES Advantage controller.
Yeah.
Sean, make that a question on Next Jeopardy.
Which was like their arcade controller, right? I think I've got one.
I guess, but it was
like
just
an arcade-looking
big.
controller.
It just had the joystick, I think.
And the two buttons, the two big red buttons.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gian Ochoa is rocking in the background. He's actually... Hello?
Not me.
Is that a call from Alan Wake?
He's from the 90s? What is that?
That was specifically a neon telephone ringing.
What is this? Face from Scream is calling? What
Yeah, get Drew Barrymore to answer that bullshit. Yeah, Jan's in the background. He's riding like in the back when you ride on the side of the dump.
Mm-hmm.
That seems like fun, right?
That seems like so much fun.
Yeah,
Strap him to the roof.
I want to do that at some point. I guess this is the spooky episode, even though, like I said, Halloween is in the rear view. I want to circle back around to Bailey's, what we'll call interesting decision to have or attend a Halloween party post October 31st. What's that all about? Because as you may or may not know, ladies and gentlemen, November 1st is Christmas.
Happy holidays from us at Giant Bomb.
Christmas, right?
That's right.
Explain this. How's this work?
Well, I think that, sometimes you just want that last gasp of spookiness out of your system. Get rid of all the candy, like we were saying. But also, having a Halloween party the Saturday before Halloween is kind of like running for class president, and no one in this house is interested in that. So we're doing it now, so people will come to our party.
I gotta disagree.
See, we're being smart.
I'm never gonna be upset about someone celebrating Halloween. Like, it is in my house, especially a 6-week holiday, but I don't understand how you do it after is all. That's all I'm saying, because I feel like the Saturday after Halloween, if I'm dressed up in costume,
I dressed up in a costume the day after Halloween. And then went out to get for Blight Club, and then went to get my child off the bus dressed as a biker man. So.
What are these sounds? What is it? Are these intentional?
That was so startling.
I'm so glad you guys hear it too. That's where I'm at.
It's coming from Jan.
The lighted cheers of children.
But this is why we got to keep Jan occupied, because otherwise he gets too much power.
I know. He plays Alan Wake for 3 days straight, and this is what happens to him. He turns into a little spookster.
Speaking of games that have the plot of other things, Alan Wake 2 just has the plot of the Goosebumps book, The Blob That Ate Everything.
Absolutely, yeah.
I didn't realize that. And then I heard about it and I was like, oh no, that's just R.L. Stine wrote that in the 90s. All right, I know this story. Let's play.
I mean,
was that a later one? Was that like in the 40s or 50s? I feel like that was
40s or 50s?
40s
not
or
the
50s?
years, not the numbers, the Goosebumps, because I feel like I had all the first like 50.
Back in the ancient Rome days of the 40s AD.
The number Goosebumps books,
I can tell you right now. Hold on.
15 is Horrorland, you know?
But got him within reach.
By a show of hands, did anyone realize Dan was talking about Goosebump book numbers?
They're numbered.
I did not know. I never read the Goosebump books, though, to be fair. That was not my thing.
They were the only books I read. That logo, I never got to that. Is that a re-release with that logo?
This is a re-release. I like the old cover.
That's horseshit.
Yeah. The raised, the bumpy.
It came out in 97, but I'm not totally...
Bailey, are you liking the new show? Is it good?
I haven't watched it.
Oh, okay.
I still haven't watched it. I know I'm supposed to. I know it's my brand, but like, I heard it was basically like if Goosebumps was a CW show, and that doesn't not intrigue me. But I'm also very busy.
Yeah, I understand. You got Halloween parties to go to after Halloween. That makes sense.
Exactly.
How was Halloween proper for everybody? Did you do the thing? Did you go out? Did you have trick-or-treaters? What was it like?
It snowed, and my 6-year-old was like, "We are gonna keep going. We're hitting every single one of these houses." Too. And then it was like once the snow actually started to hit her. It was really cold before that, before the snow started coming down. And then she like looked at it, saw the snow, and then finally she's like, "Okay, you could take me home." So I had to throw up on my shoulders and like run her home real quick. So it was fine. She got a ton of candy. The 4-year-old was done after an hour. That was almost too much for her. The 6-year-old was like, "I'd go for another hour." So I'm glad the snow happened, or else I'd still be out trick-or-treating.
Did you get a lot of trick-or-treaters, Danny?
Yeah, I dressed up like Donkey Kong and played Alan Wake, and I was the house with the full-size candy bars, and I also had some extra N64 copies of Smash Brothers. So I put like N64 carts into the pumpkin, and they went first. The first group of trick-or-treaters, there was like a girl that was probably like 7 or 8. She's like, "Oh, we have a Nintendo 64 at home," and she took it. And one child informed me that Donkey Kong was the OG game, so I learned that.
My grandpa taught me about those. That's awesome.
It's nice, yeah.
It's really cute.
Good to really plant your flag in the ground there is like the house not to fuck with as a peace offering, right? Putting out full-size
candy bars and N64 games. Fuck yeah. And on Donkey Kong, look out. Yeah.
That's the move. Well played, sir. Did you get a lot of trick-or-treaters, Bailey? How's their setup over there?
This is the first time I've lived in an area where there are actually kids for Halloween since I moved to Los Angeles. So I got really excited, and I also bought full-size candy bars. And yeah, we got a few of them. They were really cute. One of our neighbors' kids dressed up as the Tooth Fairy, and we were all delighted.
Except
she
for
kept
the bag
showing
of
us
teeth.
how her wings work. No. Oh yeah, no, it was a horrifying prop, but we love a commitment to the bit, you know.
It smelled. That's awesome. I love hearing that. Halloween was weird this year. I feel like the three of you gave me a pretty normal response, but I've heard some weird shit. I've heard like, for instance, anecdotally, my dad was like, "Yo, we had one kid all day." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "You heard me. One child. That is it."
But there were reports of trunk-or-treating encroaching on the door-to-door trick-or-treating's turf. So people were like, "There's going to be fewer door-to-door trick-or-treaters," and that's not the case at my house. But my last place, like we barely ever got anybody, and it was like a similar suburban place in Colorado. So I don't know. It's weird how it works sometimes, but we got a lot of trick-or-treaters at my house this year. So trunk-or-treat did not have an effect on that for us.
Yeah, I'm noticing the kids are traveling more in packs. Like people are traveling within neighborhoods, maybe the town over, and they are actively grouping up together in the 10s and 20s and then going out and sort of like doing travel trick-or-treating as an exercise. Is
yeah,
what
like
I've
finding
noticed.
the good street and stuff and going there. Yeah,
like we had my kids' soccer team here, and there were literally 18 kids just running amok through my little neighborhood here, and they did some damage. They did.
Yeah, I had groups of like, 10-ish, way more than I had like, oh, here's 2 or 3, definitely huge groups. And this is my first time living in a place that has a bunch of kids, and I did not expect that at all.
Yeah, it's interesting. We, like every year, we did the honor system with the little freaks and the little goblins, leave out a big old bowl of candy and whatnot, and just ask nicely with
it's so fun to hand it to the trick-or-treaters, though.
Yeah,
I'm with you, Bailey, but I also like to drink, and I like to not be there, and I like to walk around the neighborhood with the kids and embrace the chaos, if you will. And that's what I did. Also, I have a dog who is getting up there in years, And if the doorbell rings 40 times in an evening, he's going to keel over. So we block the doorbell with some, sort of art decoration.
And a gun.
And and a 12 gauge. And, that's how we protect the doorbell. We protect him.
Home Alone
and
style booby trap.
Yeah, that's it. A series of traps.
We set a table up
traps.
with skeletons in the driveway, and then I just put a bunch of candy and Pokemon cards. Actually, we did that 2 years in a row now.
Oh, great!
The kids love the Pokemon. Those went first.
Yeah,
my
we did that.
My dad's
as well.
move on Halloween is to turn off all the lights. He tries to block the entrance to the stairs to his house with his car in a way where nobody would even try, and then he just sits in a Taco Bell for like 3 hours.
That's very festive.
That is.
Oh, he's a festive guy. Yeah.
You know what?
I've always said that right to his face.
That's honestly how you like. That if I were writing a film right now, I would set up the psycho character and describe what you described. Like that is how I would establish behavior. I would be like, this is the kind of person my main character is. He blocks off his house on Halloween and sits in a Taco Bell restaurant.
Right.
The
whole
over.
intro of like the opening credits is him just sitting in the Taco Bell, and then he leaves, and then you start seeing kids in costume, and you realize what's happening. Yeah,
dude,
exactly.
A really compelling character piece.
In terms of like holiday unfestiveness, is that better or worse than? Have I told on this podcast the story of the one time we had a Christmas tree growing up?
One?
No.
Yes.
Sorry,
we got it once. One time we had a Christmas tree at my dad's house. My mom was very festive and stuff. But my dad, he hates Christmas. He thinks it's a whole to do and it's whatever. So one time we got a Christmas tree because every day at 5:15, 101 The Fox, the classic rock station, would do a Fox University, and it would be classic rock trivia. And didn't matter if it was a prize, he did not give a shit about. If it was free, he wanted it. And so he called in. He won some Pink Floyd trivia contest, and it's like, all right, you get to go to this Christmas tree farm and pick out a Christmas tree for free. And so he took me, and I was like, oh man, we get a Christmas tree. I've never had a Christmas tree at Dad's. And I picked out my favorite tree. We got it home, and it was all wrapped up in like whatever the sheet and the plastic and all that stuff.
Stay that way.
And he did not want to buy a base for it, and he did not want to unwrap it. So he leaned it fully wrapped against the wall all holiday season. Yes.
Hey, that one's worse, Dan. You asked him which one's worse. Good. That one.
Yeah. Turns out that is the worst one.
Every time I hear a story about like your youth or whatever, it really does help me understand you better, though.
Yeah,
that's
like,
why I
like
tell these stories. Yes,
I've gained real knowledge here today.
I'm glad it's working as intended then.
But it works both ways. It works to establish like the character and like understand, but also observe Dan and marvel at his like adjustment and how he is like made. He's
mostly a normal person.
He's such a good dude and like a normal guy. And you're like,
man.
God damn.
I watch out, Dan. He's building you up big time.
Like, no, you're like, God damn, how did he get out? How did he get out? None of this is his fault. None of this is his fault. It's like he got out and he just went against the grain. And that's an amazing achievement. Like,
it does make it work because like Dan's stories explain it, and then Mike Minotti will be like, my dad was a doctor and bought me everything I wanted, and okay, well then what happened with the fruit?
How'd that happen? Exactly right. He's like, I've been spoiled my whole life. I'm the baby. They're like, okay, well, wow.
And now I can't be in a room with an apple.
Whereas Dan comes out talking like that, you'd be like, well, that explains a lot. I mean, look what happened to you. Only one Christmas tree. How could you possibly be in the same room with an apple?
Safe travels, Mike. Get back safe.
That's truly fucked up. Wow. This is it. That's it. That explains
I like
everything.
the holidays personally. I enjoy the holidays. I decorate the house and do all that stuff. Yeah.
You said too early for Christmas music for you. Does it bother you? Do you guys get kind of like, oh, that's too early? Or is it just like too early for me personally?
It never bothers me. No, it's just it's not hurting you. It's music. It's decorations. Right. Whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I will tell you what's going to happen on Saturday. Like on Saturday, I have to bring in the sandworms and then start to put out the other things that we have.
We have Thanksgiving stuff to kind of like soften the transition. But as I'm putting out Thanksgiving stuff, I am thinking capital T, capital H, the holidays are here now is how I view it. So it's like all one big thing for me. So, and mostly that's to try to make the most of it because the time flies by so fast. I'm so busy that if I don't do that, it feels like Christmas lasts a day and a half. So I try to elongate it in some other ways by cheating and starting in November.
I feel like we're in the boring like middle part though, because like Halloween is fun and spooky and very specific decorations and everything, and so is Christmas. But typically people start Christmas after Thanksgiving. So like there's this like dead zone like now where it's like, I don't know, like a turkey and a pumpkin and some orange shit. Like it's just like there's not a very defined Thanksgiving
I like that stuff, but for some reason,
He's a big
really
gourd
like
guy. He's a big gourd and multicolored maize
Jeffrey
person.
Gourd. Yeah, absolutely.
He
the
likes
cornucopia
corn.
things. You know?
All over the place.
Give him a wicker basket. He is a happy man.
I think a big part of it is just the Lions always play on Thanksgiving, and so was my sports team as a kid. So like I have like happy memories associated with Thanksgiving. I think that kind of carries it for me.
No, but Dan, you're totally right. The color orange lasts until December 1st. We allow the color orange to exist, and then it must be like red and white and green. And
yes, absolutely.
And then blue and white or whatever other.
Thanks for throwing that in too.
Hey, I'm part of that crew as well. You wouldn't know it from my house.
Blue, whatever.
As someone who has 3 Christmas trees and 1 menorah, I don't know what to tell you. Anyway.
I don't know if my roommates might do Christmas trees, but if they do, it would be the first time that I have a Christmas tree. So I'm actually pretty excited. I kind of hope that they do get one.
They're great.
I'm not gonna help, but like.
Oh yeah, that's you could sit back and just enjoy it and have it just happen.
That's why we have it.
I'm like, well,
we don't know what it is.
Mine, but it's very nice that you have it. There you go.
Hey, my wife has it because it's just nice. We don't know what the hell any of this is. We think it's fun to have ornaments and stuff.
I think it means the trees can't die or something about it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
We never had it growing up.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't have that shit, and now we do because we're just adults and none of this matters. You know,
the reason we don't know what it is because a Jewish songwriter never wrote a song about explaining the Christmas tree. They explained everything else about Christmas for us. Everything else they explained.
Neil Diamond single-handedly put this holiday on his back. Okay, don't forget that. All right, all right. Let's get into the voicemails. Our guest of honor, Bailey Myers. Please choose the first one.
Okay. Code Grandma looks interesting to me.
When the time comes, is Mike Minotti going to get Code Grandma'd at Disneyland? And Jeff Grubb, if you were asked, would you do the Code Grandma? Okay, thanks. Love you. Bye.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Jan. I need help.
You have to explain. You have to explain Code Grandma.
So there's a phenomena at Disneyland, Disney World, specifically at the Haunted Mansion of spreading someone's ashes.
Oh yeah, you are not allowed to do that.
That's not what I thought you were about to say.
Wait,
okay,
same.
Wait.
Sorry, that's what a Code Grandma is.
That is what a Code Grandma is.
What did you just say?
See, I knew about it, but I didn't know it was called Code Grandma. That's fucked up.
It's fucked up.
We got a Code Grandma. We got a Code Grandma. Tackle them.
Wait. So Code Grandma is what like the cast members say to each other when there's this happening and they have to stop it? Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Oh,
we got a Code Grandma at the Haunted Mansion.
Yep.
That's because you have to. It's a biological hazard. Like, but
I mean, if you were to inhale someone's grandma, would you be like at risk of a health condition?
You never know.
Mike Minotti inhaled his dad's feet for years, and never mind. I was gonna say he's fine. So.
If the grandma died of some like terrible disease and then you inhaled her, would you inhabit that disease? Would you then have it?
Probably
no,
not.
But she'll possess your spirit.
Oh, that's bad too. Yeah. Yeah.
In general, people don't like to inhale other people's grandmas. I think that's kind of what it comes down to.
I don't think you would know. I bet it's like, they say when you're sleeping, you inhale spiders all the time. I bet if you inhaled a grandma, you wouldn't even know.
I think you might. I think you might.
I'm not complaining. I don't care.
Every year, Americans eat on average 6 grandmas.
Wait a minute.
It's just that one guy that eats 80 grandmas throwing off the curb.
Yeah, that's just his thing. Yeah.
How many grandmas are we talking about? And also, like, Dan, when you brought up this scenario, and again, thank you for bringing it up, but do you possibly know how much grandma you're talking about inhaling? Because if it's just like a toe, then yeah, maybe you wouldn't notice. But if it's the entire package, like, it's not like it fits in a Tic Tac box. You know what I mean? Like, it's probably more.
Right. If there's just like a whiff.
The size of the grandma.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying you're like just huffing the whole grandma. I'm saying like just a little bit.
Get high on the supply. Yeah.
It depends how she died also,
Right. Yes. I think you'd be fine.
Peaceful, there's probably more, but if she was gunned down in her prime, we might be talking about something different.
Of course.
Certainly we're inhaling the ashes and carcasses of all kinds of things every day.
Yeah, right? Yeah, definitely.
I love thinking about that. That's cool. and you said you're done with Halloween.
I know. Come on. Halloween's all year round, baby.
If Mike Minotti wouldn't do this because he respects the wishes of Disney above his own desires and concerns.
Yeah. That's law. That's actual
if
law.
He, in his will, said, I want Jeff Grubb to spread my ashes at Disney, I would do it.
Yeah,
you would get banned forever, and then you would have to explain that to your children.
That's a hilarious reason to get
presumably
banned.
Presumably they're old at this point, where it's like, all right, if I'm 90 and banned from Disney World, I'll get over it.
I was like picturing this happening tomorrow for some reason.
Oh shit. This we're also like designing a pretty fun little caper comedy as well.
But I think if this doesn't happen until Mike Minotti is old, by then they will have a capitalistic solution where you can actually officially spread the ashes. You pay a big fee, and they're like, Mickey Mouse shows up and does it for you and stuff.
Smart.
Yeah.
And the highest tier is they will put your ashes inside the haunted mansion crystal ball.
Yeah.
Could they like freeze your head like Ted Williams and like have it look like it's talking on the haunted mansion ride?
That's
definitely
or singing
something,
like unhinging your jaw and making it like time to music.
Is his head frozen as well? Is he one of the frozen heads?
Disney, I think Disney, Ted Williams, Timothy Leary, or is his head in space?
Timothy Leary's in space. Yeah.
Okay. Hunter S. Thompson got shot out of a fist.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
Barry Bonds. No, he's not
Sure.
dead.
No, Barry Bonds is alive. Let's keep people alive. Let's do that. Okay, the impossible pivot out of that debut voicemail. Jeff Grubb, what do you say?
Let's go with
Hi there, Matt from Jersey. Strategy question. You have a fresh dozen eggs. You need 3 of them. Where are you pulling the eggs from? That's it. Also, do you have any friends, follow-up question, any friends that say the word egg, like it's spelled like A-Y-Y-E-E-E-G? Like, I feel like this should be like a war crime or something. That's it. Love you. Bye.
Love you too. Thank you.
Should we all go around and just say egg real quick?
Egg. Yeah, no one says it like this. Yeah.
So can someone say it the way he suggests?
Egg.
He's like adding a syllable.
That sounds like a Midwestern, like, I don't know.
No,
what
it's not.
You put that on us? No way.
No,
it ain't my problem. Whose problem is it?
We say rough instead of roof. Some people say water.
No, that's a northern Midwest thing. That didn't happen in Kansas. Rough and Brum and the 00 stuff, that's a northern Midwest thing.
Totally.
So where's egg from?
That's got to be a southern thing or something. Like Warsh.
They don't have representation here, so I think we can blame it on them.
Right. Blame it on the South.
So yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm happy to blame it on the South. Like, sure.
I take the eggs from the carton. I don't know. I don't understand the question. You just take them out.
What was the question? Where do we?
It was which part of the carton do you pull from? I always just go bottom left and go right in a row, and then work my way around counterclockwise.
Like snake.
It's facing you, and you're opening it. See, a lot of times mine's in the fridge already, so I'm coming at it sideways. Sure. So I'm kind of just taking it from the closest egg to me is the one I'm taking.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think, like, who's the person like reaching the furthest away from the one closest to them? I don't understand.
I say this, but we do have like one of those egg like holders. Those egg magazines.
I think you just did egg.
Well, that's just because I'm bad at talking.
I'm a bad talker.
I'm the Fonz. We have one of those egg holsters where you kind of like put them in there and then they swoop around. And so we just take the ones in the front now.
You're like, this carton's too convenient.
Reload. Yeah.
This carton that came exactly. It's too convenient. I need to put them in their own bed.
I want more bullshit in my fridge. That's what I need. Yes.
Hell yeah. Shit.
I've definitely grabbed more eggs for Easter painting purposes as a child than I have any other purpose ever. Like, I can't remember the last time. It's been at least a decade since I pulled an egg out of a carton.
Yeah. See, that's one of those things where it's like, I'm good. I don't need to do that. I'm cool with getting a Christmas tree, but I don't need to do
I don't need to touch eggs.
That's the thing. Yeah, I didn't miss that.
Oh, the Easter part. Oh,
just
like a kid, that was fun. I enjoyed that.
I'm good on that. You know, there's a lot of things I want to do.
I'm just good on eggs in general. Like, I'm done with trying out egg stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you have a history with them, so we know.
Yeah.
We get it.
What about?
I don't hate them. I don't hate them, but yeah.
But have you had an omelet yet?
They're not part of my life. Eggs are not part of my life, and they haven't been for at least at least 10 years, and they were never a major part of my life.
Right,
Everybody,
and I support.
We know.
Yeah, it's all good.
Everybody we know.
You're just gonna have to let that one go. I seriously want to ask: have you had an omelet or no?
Yeah, I remember I made a video once where I tried to make a pizza roll omelet, and that was probably one of the only times.
So no.
Yeah, it sounds like perhaps it wasn't actually an omelet and more a crime against God.
No, I think the video is still up, and I think it was good.
An affront to nature.
I remember liking it, I think. Yeah, it's still up. The pizza roll omelet,
shit.
9 years ago. Okay, so 9 years ago I did it. Okay.
Eggs on shit is cool, like one
fried
on
egg on a burger.
Yeah.
Every time. Yeah, I would take it every
Egg
time.
on a burger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What, Bailey? You an egg person or? What's
I love eggs. You guys are fucking weirdos.
No.
You mean Dan?
Sorry,
You mean
brother in the egg club.
I love eggs. I love eggs.
He doesn't want to
smart.
paint Easter eggs. That's all he was saying.
No.
Yeah, I want to
eggs.
eat. I love eating them. Yeah.
I order
make
egg
the perfect
McMuffins and take the
scrambled
egg
egg.
off.
Why?
Because it's the gross part.
Wait, what did you say?
He
I
said
order egg McMuffins and I take the egg off.
So you just have a McMuffin.
Order something else.
Sausage and cheese.
So you just have a sausage sandwich. You're
With
like one of these
cheese.
people who have like, I just want bacon in between bread.
No.
That's
What
what you are
sausage just in
doing.
between bread.
Yeah, that's what you're doing.
To be fair, my McDonald's order is just a sausage McGriddle and a 4-piece McNugget and a large Diet Coke with no ice. So, like, I'm not
sounds
here to judge
fantastic.
anyone.
Damn, Bailey.
Wait, no ice? What's with the no ice thing?
It comes out of the machine cold.
Yeah.
It's not cold enough.
You're right on that. Yes. I'm going to say this. This is not like a plug. I'm not getting paid to say this. I know I'm the Taco Bell guy. They do the Twin Cities as a test market here. They have
wait.
nuggets. Grub's
What?
getting them in a couple
Cannot
weeks.
wait.
Chicken?
They have chicken nuggets with jalapeno breaded chicken nuggets with this new Bell sauce and jalapeno honey mustard. Somehow, Taco Bell has become the best nuggets and fries in fast food. These nuggets
they're
are
fries?
incredible.
They're
The
fries?
nacho fries. The nacho fries are great too. Yeah.
Wait.
But these nuggets are
Fucking
incredible.
go.
Are nacho
Yes.
fries readily available at all chains around the country?
Yeah, nacho fries are everywhere. Yeah.
I didn't know
But the
that.
nuggets are just the Twin Cities. And Grub, when you're here for Extra Life, let's order a giant DoorDash of nothing
Yes.
but nuggets and fries from Taco Bell.
Can you?
Sounds good.
Is there a way you can get them to me? Can you like get them to me or no? Can you get me like? Can
you can
free-
come here and you
I'm
can stay
aware of
here and
how
then
that
check
would
it
They
work.
gotta
out.
pay for the bong. If they're going to have the bong on the podcast, they need to be paying.
Yes.
I'm aware I can get on a plane and travel to that Taco Bell. I'm asking you, being close to it geographically.
If you want me to try to ship you Taco Bell nuggets, I'll try. I don't know
You can
how
see
to.
how well they travel. It'll be a fun experiment for everybody, but
You're like-
especially Bacalar.
If you
Right, so-
overnight them, I feel like if you
If
what
I
do you have to do?
expense
Put them in.
this, yes.
If you put them in,
But you have to
whatchamacallit?
eat them.
Yeah, of course. But if they're
Okay.
kept cold, if you could put them in like a
Dry
dry ice kind of thing,
You can get one of-
overnight it.
Yeah, if you get like one of those packages of food from like one of the
Well, how about this?
meal kits.
Well, here's the thing. I get that's what I eat. Is I eat like the frozen,
You eat
like
dry
every
ice.
week they
Yeah,
send
just
me
take-
the
take-
stuff, and it's got
just real
dry
quick-
ice in
just
there.
real quick, pack it up and then send it to Bacalar. As soon as you get it, get the nuggets.
And
I
the
gotta
ice-
fucking have box.
I gotta fucking
The
have this.
ice is a little heavy, so I'm gonna have to pack it. It'll be a little bit heavy, and overnight,
yeah,
as long as I can
that's
expense
Dr.
this,
Phantom's
I will do
problem.
this. I will
These are going
send
to
you.
be $400 nuggets.
Yes.
Just buy a plane ticket. It will cost the same. And you'll get a fun trip.
It'll be like
Someone's
60 or
flying.
70 bucks.
Either the Nuggets or me, and I'd prefer it to be the Nuggets.
Backler,
Yeah.
I'll make it happen if you want. So you let
All
me
right,
know.
we'll talk
Grub's
about
going to
it.
be having them in person here soon.
Yeah, I cannot.
We
yeah,
should
very
probably
soon.
delete this
2 weeks.
podcast to eliminate all the incriminating evidence here, but whatever. You guys
How we
won't tell
decide to spend
anyone.
company money? Yeah. Okay.
Go right
guys
ahead.
won't tell anyone about our little
You're the
plan
one approving
now.
it, Backler. So
Yeah. All right. Anyway, what a fun fake idea we just had that we'll never do.
Yeah. Okay. Man, we do have fun around here.
We certainly do come up with crazy schemes. Danny, my buddy,
oh, that's me.
pick the next voicemail, please.
Let's go with ignored a problem.
Yo, what up, EMDT? It's your boy ABC. I'm about 3 hours into a 29-hour cross-country drive, and my maintenance required light just came on in my car. So I was wondering, what's the longest you've ever ignored a problem, and how did that work out for you? Thanks, and boo to you. Happy Halloween.
I get it. Nice. That's the parade song. That was for an audience of 2. Me being one of them. First off, I hope you make it to your destination.
Check maintenance
Check back
required. It was maintenance required, right? Not check engine.
Which is usually part of the idiot light department, right?
Yeah,
and either one of them, I think you got to jump on that pretty quick.
Okay, so maintenance required is like a timer-based thing on a lot of cars where it's just like, hey, it's been this long or you've traveled this far, and they're probably saying your oil is about 3,000 miles old, and you can go about 5,000 miles on most modern oils. You're going to be, and you can go a lot longer than that, but 5,000, you want to get it changed around by then. So I'm at like 4,000 on mine. I'm going to like, next convenient opportunity, I'm getting my oil changed, but I'm not panicking.
I remember oil changes. That's awesome.
Son of a bitch.
Wait, do electric cars not have oil?
No.
Why would they have? What would the oil do?
Well,
I don't know how cars work. I knew they don't take gas. I've never thought that oil played a role here.
Did anyone else see me like do about face and then stop myself?
I mean, I just never thought of it.
Right?
So of course, there's oil in that car lubricating things for sure, but it's not.
But you don't have
it's
to
not the
change
oil
it like
inside
you
of an
change a normal
engine.
car. Oh.
Yeah, oil. You have to replace the oil in a car. Yes.
We know. I know that. I didn't know that electric cars were immune from
engine.
oil issues.
Yeah, there's no engine.
There's no engine.
So
it's an electric motor.
A motor's an engine, though. It's like it seems like
not a
semantics,
combustion
right?
engine. It's not a combustion
It's not an internal
engine.
combustion engine.
Car. Okay,
so
sure.
It's complete. Yeah, it's not exactly the same. I would wonder how many moving parts are in the electric engine. I know it's a lot less than an internal
it's
combustion
complicated
engine.
for sure,
Yes.
but I don't have to get an oil change. Yeah, because there's no combustion engine to
right, and that's the thing
oil.
that specifically the oil is lubricating the pistons where the explosions happen, and those things need to be able to move inside these steel chambers. And
explosions?
Yeah, dude, that's why combustion engine. Yeah, like it moves pistons, and that's how an engine.
When things are working right, there's explosions.
Usually,
do you know what you
usually
need a
I
spark
just
plug
turn the
for?
key and it goes.
Yeah, well,
You think sparks are just for fun?
I don't see sparks in my car.
The spark plug? You know what a spark plug is?
Thankfully, they built all that stuff on the inside.
My entire history with spark plugs is once in high school at lunch, the kids knew I didn't know anything about cars, and they convinced me that spark plugs are what make your windows go up and down. And then they laughed at me because I believed that, but then I never actually learned what they are. So in my head, all I know is they don't do a window thing.
So literal children back in the day know more about cars than you as an adult currently know.
Absolutely.
Dan, didn't we do how an engine works?
Probably.
So the sparks, they spark. A little bit of the fuel injector now these days injects a little bit of gasoline. The spark sets the gasoline on fire inside of this chamber. That explosion causes the piston to expand out. That causes an arm to basically bend, and then it starts to move the axle, and that moves the tire.
That's insane. That's happening in cars.
Like pressure. It's air pressure.
Happening just about everything. Yeah.
I'm never getting in a car again.
No, cars are safe. Believe it or not,
extremely dangerous.
Believe it or not, cars are actually pretty safe.
Would help. Oh
nope, I'm selling my car. Anybody wants to buy a Subaru, let me know.
Imagine Dan goes to the gas station. There's gas in all of these. There's giantbombs.
Why do I try?
I'm sorry, Bailey.
All I know about cars is what I learned from playing Cyberpunk, which is if you shoot them 4 times, they'll explode. So
yep.
That feels like critical knowledge. Definitely don't shoot your car. But
I think we're on the same wavelength with knowledge of it gets us where we need to go. We use their great utility, but we don't need to know.
I turn my car on, and the little horses inside of it run on the treadmills that make the wheels go, and then I'm in Silver Lake.
You know what? For all intents and purposes, you don't need to know. Like we've designed.
It's not my business what's going on in there.
No one here is. I was never saying you guys should know this. I just thought it'd be fun to explain it. I didn't know it would horrify.
Why waste space? You have finite space up here. Why waste it with stuff like that? With what if I learn how cars work and then I don't know the blood code for Mortal Kombat for Genesis? I don't. There's only room for so much stuff.
It's fun to know how some stuff works. Like
little I agree with
explosions. Get me to Silver Lake. That's cool.
I agree with Jeff. It is fascinating to learn how these machines operate. I think that is.
It's like, now, do you know how a nuclear submarine powers itself? It just creates little bits of the nuclear is so hot, the steam burns off, and then the steam pushes basically a turbine, and then that moves, and that powers the whole thing. And the nuke is running so hot that they can separate hydrogen and oxygen and water, and that provides the oxygen for them in nuclear
that's cool.
submarines.
I didn't know that.
So the nuclear submarines could stay underwater for basically decades as long as they didn't have to feed humans. That's the only thing.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
See, I've come around to being on Dan's side with this, where I'm like, I actually don't want to know this.
I love that shit.
What if I forget who assassinated Franz Ferdinand? It was Gavrilo Princip, by the way.
Okay, well, I didn't want to know that. You're right. You're right. You know what? Let's just keep our knowledge to ourselves. You're right.
Can I get an honest rating from 1 to 10 on I know it's my whole thing is saying dumb things on podcasts, but I want a 0 to 10 on 10 being the dumbest thing I've ever said. 0. Like I just had a realization when you were talking about nuclear submarines. I've heard that phrase before, and I always assumed it was just talking about submarines that launch nukes, like something you build in command and
yes.
Oh, okay. Well, that confused it. I thought you were saying it's powered by nuclear energy.
They are powered by nukes. They're both.
Yeah.
They're powered by nukes, and they have enough nukes to destroy the world, every single one of them.
Okay, so I was like half. My thought of nuclear, I was half.
There's nothing,
not that bad then. Okay.
The no oil in an engine thing is by far the dumber thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry about that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I like to just know where the spectrum is here.
Yeah, that's not a bad one.
Okay. Thank you.
All I did was make like an off snide comment of like being a snob about EV cars, and then
Look
this
what happened.
Wait, what was the question?
Something. I think you were talking about getting. I remember. Okay, I'll trace it back.
Okay,
the caller was driving across country. The service light came on, and we both agreed that like, it's probably a timing thing, and it just goes off by mileage, and it's usually an oil change thing. And then I've made a comment like, I remember oil change. And then that happened.
Yep.
Okay. So you're probably already at your place, but if you see a Walmart, just stop there. They'll look at it for really cheap, and you're probably going to be fine.
Or alternatively, do what I did when my check engine light came on and ignore it for years.
Right. So that's the question. What have you ignored forever, and has it been a problem? And
it was a lease. I brought it back. The new car doesn't have the light on.
Yeah.
I'm going to lease my car from now on, I think.
I threw the car away.
Yeah.
I flushed it down the toilet.
A new one.
It's pretty good. I like that. I like the idea of a disposable
health stuff
car.
Is what I ignore for years. I've been here for a year and I haven't got a doctor yet. And I'm like, that'd be nice to have just a couple of things checked out, get
especially
some refills, some prescription.
Yeah, especially if there's something that you want to get checked out.
And thankfully, there's nothing like urgent or anything like that. And I have been to urgent care, but like a doctor's visit for, hey, how's the heart doing? How's all this doing? That stuff last time I checked was pretty okay. But I'm 40 now. I should be going to the doctor once a year. So it's definitely that. And I was talking to Dan the other day. Oh, you got a doctor? I need to just give me pointers on how to do this. So I'm setting that up right now.
Just remember, you've asked Dan for medical advice.
Well, that was my point.
I'm not giving the medical advice.
No. If Dan's like getting all this stuff set up, there's no reason for me not to be able to set it up because we're kind of equally forgetful and stuff like that. And I think we might be similar, like ignoring things.
Get a physical once a year. Yeah, get a physical once a year.
You definitely should. I personally see the weed man more than the doctor man, but that's because my priorities are so cool.
I think most people see the weed man more than the doctor man, so I don't think
ideally,
yeah.
One in the same.
Not. Yeah,
that's true.
He sell me medicine.
Yeah, they're both out behind the gas station. Yep.
We were at a new dispensary the other day, and
Congrats.
I guess my wife had not been in one. We just like sort of saw them from. It was a big moment for her.
What kind of dispensaries do you guys have out there? Are they like those super duper fancy ones?
Yeah, they're like over the top, bougie, and annoying. Like I guess it just turned her like almost into an old lady because she was a huge pothead at some point in her life, and now like 10 years later, where like she just doesn't do it that much anymore or not as frequent. You walk into these places and you're instantly made to feel like an old, crazy person who's just been out of touch.
The weed tech has kept going, and I just fell off. I guess
Tic Tacs now, like that whole kind of thing, which is pretty great. So enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun.
Hammond of Texas says yes on Ohio issue 2, make weed legal. Obviously, we're voting on it here. There was a chance in the past, though, to make weed legal in Ohio. And the reason it failed is because the guy from 98 Degrees, what's his name? Nick Lachey, yes. He was somehow.
See, but I don't know how an engine works.
That. Yes, you definitely need to know that.
You're fine.
Somehow the law was written so that Nick Lachey was going to get most of the benefits of weed becoming legal in Ohio. And everyone's like, that fucking sucks. We're not going to do that. So it didn't.
We didn't know that.
How does that happen?
I don't know, but it was like a real thing. Like Nick Lachey was trying to get it passed, and like the laws were going to favor him and a few like other people, I guess. And then people were like, "No, fuck you, Nick Lachey. Go back to not dating Britney Spears, you bitch."
Can you guess the famous
He
person
dated
that did
Jessica Simpson.
The same thing.
Oh, Jesus
They were married.
Christ.
There was a show.
They were married and there was a show, and I watched it.
Can you guess the famous person that most pushed for it to become legal here in Minnesota successfully?
I can. Let's see if they can.
Jesse Ventura.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I would not have guessed that for some
Yes.
reason.
Former governor, yes.
I was
Yeah,
trying
you
to
got
think
time to bleed. Time for weed,
what
though.
celebrity do I know that it lived or lives in Minnesota, and my only guess was Prince.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Do any celebrities live in Los Angeles?
No one knows.
I don't think so.
Okay. All right.
No one knows.
Not that I've seen.
All right. Very good, my friends. We've covered plenty of bases here. Let's go to me, and I will choose. What do we want here? Okay, Bacalar.
Bacalar.
I'm sorry.
He hails from New Jersey. Bacalar. The man loves his hockey. Bacalar.
Is it like a rock? Is that what he's
Rugby
doing?
can be.
Yeah.
Bacalar. You guys like that? Got another one for
I
you.
liked it a lot.
All right. Took a second to figure out what he was doing.
Yeah.
Panama. Okay. Yeah.
That's not bad. That's a good. I like Panama. That's a good song, man.
Yeah.
Damn it, that's going to be in my head. I didn't even think I cared about that. And as soon as it ended, I'm like, man, I wish that was still going.
I mean, I know I kind of told everyone to not do songs.
Yeah, but if it's your name.
And look, this has to count as well. I realize there's one in the list here that's just Jeff, and I'm not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole. But thank you, caller. That was very touching. And you know what? There's a decent voice. When you have a decent voice, it's like more tolerable, you know?
Wow,
Right?
you put every person on the last episode on blast. And I think it's
No,
fair.
there was a
'cause you were
couple
right.
people who had a decent voice. I think most people who are singing into the voicemail dump truck are confident enough. You know?
My favorite part is how much it was truly destroying Tam. Tam was having
Yeah.
none of it. It was
Yeah.
truly hurting him. And that was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. All
Sometimes we
right.
can connect in this way. Music is the great unifier.
Uh-huh.
Truly. Chat is up, and chat chose ED units.
What up, dump truck? Aside from a couple of glitches, the first model of a Robocop seemed fairly solid. Given that, what the hell happened with the other 208 ED units? I mean, how did it take that long?
What the hell is this person talking about?
Ed
I think he's talking about
209
RoboCop. Yes,
is
Ed 209.
a robotic cop in the movie RoboCop.
Sure.
And we're assuming that Ed 209 means that there was an Ed 208 back through Ed 0. And I maybe that's how it works. But these things take time, right? There's tons of revisions. There was
Even 209 like falls downstairs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
From what I
think
understand, RoboCop is a biting satire, so
Yes.
I can't imagine it works that well anyway.
Right. It doesn't.
True.
It does not work
Yes.
that well at all. Very.
Yeah, 209
correct.
famously had some issues. So
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, but putting it
Need
lightly.
some calibration, but yeah.
Just a little bit of work here and there. I think that's playing to the whole joke there, right? Is that it sucks and it's always sucked and it sucked for 208 renditions before this.
And it keeps
And here
killing
it is.
people.
And it still keeps killing people, yes.
There's just like, maybe this one will behave.
Yeah, there's just a little glitch.
Yeah. I'll watch that movie again at some point.
Yeah, it's
maybe.
a good movie.
Very good.
My favorite of his is Starship Troopers, but boy, RoboCop. is
Starship
right there.
Troopers has aged extremely well.
It's a perfect movie.
That's a good
it
one.
Literally
I like
is
Starship.
perfect.
Mhm.
Zero
Definitely.
things wrong with that movie.
All right, Bailey, we're back to you.
Oh my gosh. Oh, how exciting. Terrible advice.
Nice.
Hey, Dumpers. You had me on the October 19th episode. I'm the guy that called in about the Pokemon cards. His wife was into it. Quick update. We spent all of our money buying Pokemon cards, and we can't afford to pay our mortgage. You guys told me it'd be a good idea to bond with my wife, yada, yada. I can you can Zelle me the difference for the mortgage whenever you get a chance. Like I said, we can't pay it.
It's getting cold out. We got nowhere to go. Thanks for the terrible advice. Bye.
Yeah, we could do that.
Thank you. Yeah.
They always say that you find people quit opening Pokemon card packs right before they open the one with the really valuable Pokemon card in it.
That's a really
it's like
good
a slot
piece of
machine.
advice.
The next pull on the slot machine is the jackpot. Yeah. Yeah. Just keep going.
Yeah.
That's the advice. Yeah.
Yeah, keep
More
going.
Pokemon cards. Only way
Yeah.
out is through.
You just sound like a quitter to me. You just sound like a quitter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, I really wish you are lying. I hope you're lying. Is what I wish. I wish for that to be true. I also want to say that we didn't buy those packs. You did, and sorry
I
if
think
you
it's
listened
still really
to us.
good advice what we gave you, and you should keep doing exactly
I
what we
stand
said
by
last
it.
time. Yes,
is what I was getting at. I stand by that advice. I support that advice. I'm proud of that advice. So, you could always I don't know, burn the cards for warmth is what you could possibly do. Someone suggested that in chat. That seems
Not
like
all advice works for everybody. Maybe you should
Yeah.
be better at picking and
Yes.
choosing the advice you follow.
it's definitely a you problem, though, is what I'm
Yeah,
getting at.
this feels like user error for sure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. man.
Sorry.
I get it though. Like I understand. Just tell the bank what you did. Like they'll understand.
You guys ever at risk of falling into gambling?
Oh Jesus! I was wondering where you're going with that. Bud.
When I got old enough to gamble, I liked the idea of I'm just gonna go to Vegas and gamble and drink and do all this stuff, and then that was fun, and it actually I tended to win in Vegas, and then I was like, let's take it back home and let's go to the boats in Kansas City, and there were a few times where I went and I usually won, and so it was like, this is great, I'm having fun with my friends, I'm making money, this is great, and then I had one time, probably 2009 or so, you bring what you're willing to lose. And I brought $200 and I wasn't making much money at the time. And I lost it all real quick at the craps table. And I was like, okay, hang on. I could just, let me go to the ATM. I'll get 200. I'll just put it on red and then I'll have it back and then I'll just leave. I'll just leave even. Yeah. And then I lost that and I was down 400. And the feeling I had when I was driving home after that was like, oh, I could see how this becomes a problem for people, and this feeling is very bad. I think I'm just going to back. And also, my grandpa was like a habitual gambler, my dad, so it's like, okay, there's reason to kind of back off. So I just the quickest little glimpse when I was my early 20s, and I backed off, and I've done it. I've been at a craps table twice since then, just for
almost
fun.
Exactly the same story with me in online poker, basically, where I didn't win a tournament, but got in the final table and won a couple $100, and it was like, man, this could just be my living, and then, chasing after trying to make the money back, and then suddenly I'm 800 down, and that was a ton of money to me at the time. So, but I'm like, so I've put it over where you put it. It's got to be over there, and now I'm on my Yahoo Fantasy app, and it's like, hey, do you think this guy's going to get more than goals than this? He's going to be over under. I'm like, oh, this is a fun button to press. I'll press that, and it's like, okay, now how much money do you want to put on it? I'm like, whoa! I didn't know that's what we were doing, and I'm like, I should have known. But I'm like, it just didn't occur to me that this harmless app was going to be like, oh, also we're a gambling app. Here, go bet MGM. And so I'm like, oh, they're making it very simple, and now that's kind of scary for me. So I got to be more mindful about it these days.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, my thing is my cheapness will override any addiction that I could possibly fall into. Usually awesome. if I'm in Vegas, I'm visiting my grandpa, so I'm with my family anyway. And what I'm planning on doing anytime is I sit at the bar and I bring $40 with me, and I sit and I do the video poker until my $40 are gone.
And you get free drinks.
I get free drinks, and I play the video poker, and it entertains me. And that is a level of gambling. One time ever, I won $500 in Vegas, but I was blackout drunk.
But you got the money.
I did. It was after Evo. There was a Red Bull after party, and we were in a VIP room. And
God, that was so many cool words back to back. Keep going.
It was a VIP room with all the games set up, and I can't play fighting games for shit. It didn't matter how many times I tried. I just simply couldn't do it good. But I had a very stressful weekend, and so I kept telling everyone that I would fight them in fighting games, and whoever lost had to drink. And then I woke up in my bed with $500.
Oh my God. Like cash surrounding you.
According to my coworker, at around 2 a.m. or something, I was like, I'm gonna win money before we go back. I got up to $500, went perfect, and left.
That's crazy.
That's the way to do it, I guess.
Yeah.
There you go. I can't ever do it again. I'll never do it again. So, but I do play blackjack for hours and hours in Fallout New Vegas because that's not real money. That's bottle caps.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is we should play blackjack at Game of the Year.
I would love
play
that.
poker.
Yeah, I would.
Poker's my game. I really
Yeah,
do.
I mean, that's the thing I'll still do is pokers because it's like if it's a tournament style and it's like, all right, everyone's going to be $20 in or whatever. Right? Yeah, you can maybe do one rebuy. So it's like, I'm going to drink with my friends and have a good time for like 5 hours and maybe lose $40 or something
and
like
if
that.
you win, it's a lot of money. It's like it's the right amount of risk reward for me. I agree.
Yep, I'm totally fine with that.
I should get back to poker. You're right. You're right, Dan. I should go to play poker. Let's do it.
That's what we should do, right? Just like a World Series of Giant Bomb Poker.
Okay, that's actually a fantastic idea, and they got it built right in here in the Discord. So
I do own a lot of cool sunglasses that I can.
Yeah, there's starting activity right there.
It'd be fun if we got one of those tables with like all the cameras in them and really do the broadcast.
Oh my God.
We have UPF tomorrow, and if you can just do poker here.
Wait, I'm kept canceling. I'm sorry.
You just started a poker night.
Just trying to start us doing poker right now in the middle of a podcast.
Wow, he really does have the itch.
Oh, there it is. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right.
I actually don't. I do like gambling, but I don't really like poker. But I will absolutely play poker with you all.
I would love to do that.
I got so into that World Series of Poker on ESPN when it was on.
Oh yeah,
sure,
like, what was that? Like 20 years ago?
2004.
2000.
It was 20 years ago.
20 years ago. Remember when everyone cared about poker for like a year? Remember that?
It was. Yep.
I mean, it's been popular for like hundreds of years.
100%. But poker hit
ESPN
a level.
levels of popular.
Yes. I mean, they were like, I used to review PS2 poker games where it's like, Dan, stacked online with
Chris
PS2,
Moneymaker on the cover. Yeah,
exactly.
Yep.
Like nobody knew. I didn't know what Hold'em was until that all that shit happened.
Yeah, Hold'em blew up for sure.
Yeah,
it was everywhere for ever and never.
It's pretty big on YouTube now these days. It's on. There's a lot of like live streams and Twitch, I think, but yeah.
And then they were like, I bet you celebrities know how to play poker also. Let's make them do that.
It was at the World Series of Poker that James Woods took me into a women's restroom in Vegas. Ever tell you about that?
What?
Nope.
James Woods, like Hades from the movie Hercules?
Yes, him. I have a picture of
political
me and him.
activist James Woods.
Did not know that much about James Woods back then. I was waiting in line.
They keep hiring him, so I think you're fine.
I was in line for the bathroom at the World Series of Poker in Vegas at the Rio in probably like 2007, 2008. And the guy in front of me is like, why is this line so long? There's a women's restroom right there. There's no line. What's going on? And he turns around and he's like, hey, do you see that? Why aren't we going? We could do that. We could just walk in there right now and pee. And I was like, yeah. And he goes, come on, let's just do it. These guys are idiots. Let's go. And I realized it was James Woods. And I just went into the women's restroom with James Woods and we peed and came out and I got a photo with him. And that's
such
James
a
Woods
good
story.
move on your part.
Crazy that no.
If the cops come at that point, it's all on James Woods, and you keep walking.
Yeah, you can grab Mr. Woods here. I'm going to go this way. Yeah.
And that wouldn't be the last time he found himself in a woman's bathroom. I love blackjack. I love craps. I'll even play like some of the dumbass games, like Let It Ride. War. No, that's
War
vacation bullshit.
Is hilarious to me. Yeah.
I won't play craps. I don't get that. That's too much luck for me. Blackjack I like because there's like an inevitability to it. Like you lose. Sometimes you make a decision. It doesn't matter what decision you would have made. You would have lost anyway. And I kind of love that. So that's my game.
I'm that guy though, where I get very upset if people are playing irresponsibly.
Well, you have to you have to play following the rules, but it's like sometimes you have a decision to make.
But are you someone like if you sit down at the table and someone sits in the spot to like the left or right of you and they get a winning hand or something, you get mad at them?
To the left of you. No, I'm not mad at someone who gets a winning hand, but I'm mad if someone hit. Exactly.
Yeah.
And they burn a card that should have been the dealer's card.
This is why I don't go to tables because I don't want people getting mad at me.
It's all right.
He's trying to count cards, and it's fucking difficult.
You'll sit to my right, and we'll have a fun time.
And you tell me what to do. All right.
Yeah, I'll tell you what to do. It's completely fair and fine. Oh my god! Like, look, don't forget everyone. Everyone's like, "Oh wow, you're such a cool fucking blackjack man." No,
this picture of you and James Woods. Oh my god.
It's because
Holy shit.
Oh my god, that's fucked up. Was he ever young? Jesus Christ.
He's older here than he's ever looked. he sucked out some of Dan's youth here too. So
yeah. That's when my hair started falling out. Yeah.
Put a straw into your back. No, I've spent so much of my life in Las Vegas that I'm not proud of it. But like, what else do you do while you're there? And I
there's
live
some good food.
Yeah, it's all right.
And drink.
I grew up within driving distance day trip of Atlantic City. So
hey Jan, how you doing hearing all this?
Fine, totally fine. Fine.
In chat, you wrote, "I become a diff person." About gambling, I think.
I feel like I know the kind of person you become. Jen, could you tell us the kind of person?
I mean, would you all describe me as like a quiet, collected, calm person?
Yes, collected. Yes. You have it together, is how I would say.
Mm-hmm. The complete opposite person. I've become very loud and belligerent and very excited.
I want to gamble with you.
Let's go gambling. Let's go to Vegas.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I don't mean this in a disparaging way at all. I love him. But I become Michael Hyam times 5.
I want to see that. I want to see that.
Oh, I want
that
you to
look
dress
like?
to the nines. I want to just be in your posse. I want to be blowing air on the dice for you and everything. Let's go.
Oh, man.
Did you think we were going to have like a different reaction? Like, did you think we were going to be turned off by the...
I don't want to
We're enabling the worst parts of our friends. It's Giant Bomb. Let's go.
We have to do this.
I don't want to disparage or paint ill will of my boy or do anything to House Heim. Love that guy.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I want you to be him in that situation. For sure. I want to party
Do I
with
almost get into fights a little bit more? Maybe.
Yeah, okay. Now you're like doing a little drip feed of more info.
Let's go.
There you go. Yeah, Grub will literally just lift someone and throw them across the casino.
I love lifting people and throwing them.
Amazing.
Altering Extra Life plans. All of you fly out to Minnesota. We'll go to Mystic Lake Casino. We'll do Game of the Year from there. We'll do Extra Life from there.
Sounds like you're going to do your own Alan Wake over there.
I love that.
I never wear sunglasses unless I'm in Las Vegas.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll wear my Ride to Hell Retribution costume, and I'll just be there behind you.
You have a lot of jewelry, Jan, that only shows up in the casino? Is that how that works, too?
Well, I don't bring my grill around work, I've extended to like 8 teeth now, so, it's just the bottom.
I feel like that's
so sad you don't feel like you can be who you truly are with us. But,
well, because I have to talk proper here more, and then I just wind up
Mm-hmm.
shining like I'm wearing a retainer.
Right. Mm-hmm. Did you say hit? Yeah, exactly. That could be a problem. I understand. All right. Very good work, everybody. We've all got the itch, and we all want to play. Jeff Grubb, your turn.
Yeah, let's go with Birmingham Sucks.
Okay.
3 a.m., boys. I'm very drunk right now. Anyway, Birmingham, Alabama sucks. Birmingham, UK is where it is. Now, I'm not going to listen to your podcast because fuck that. But
sure,
I'm having a good time. Give me that beer. Yeah.
That seems all right.
Yeah.
Sounds like he's having a nice night out.
Yeah,
having a good time.
Good for him.
Although it's the UK, it could be 2 in the afternoon.
That's true, right? Yeah, that's what they all sound like.
Soccer is probably happening at some point.
Is there someone defending Birmingham or like
Alabama?
Yeah, is it cool? Have you been there?
Listen, if I had to choose one, this is tough for me because I bet Birmingham, UK actually does suck too. But I would probably go with the UK one.
Without a doubt, I feel.
I have plenty of doubts. I bet you find some real shady parts of Birmingham that are like.
There's shady places everywhere, right? But like,
yeah,
I don't know. But I feel like Birmingham, Alabama is like also the only city I can just pull out of my hat from about Alabama, right? There's like
Mobile, Alabama.
Greenbow.
Little Rock,
that's
fake.
Arkansas.
That's Arkansas.
Little
Rock's
Arkansas.
That's Bill Clinton.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Good job, Alabama. Dan, your turn.
Let's go with Jeff.
Oh, buddy.
What up, Dump Truck? Luis from Texas here. And with all the talk about from theme songs going on lately, I think I got one for you, which is also a callback to his favorite character. Jeff, Bacalar.
Oh, yeah.
Jeff, Bacalar.
I've heard this.
Bacalar.
It's pretty good.
He won't stop talking about space Nazis.
Jeff. Jerk, 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 bacalar, bacalar. All right, everybody. Take care. Love you.
That works. That works.
Caller. That was perfect. Yeah.
That works.
That was fucking exceptional.
Yeah.
That's less of a stretch than most of them. Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, you know, you wake up and you're like, I guess my name's not gonna be used in like a space Nazi marching song, but
there you go.
And then it happens.
Well, you're just such a fan.
Well, what can I say? I dig their outfits.
You look sharp.
Very sharp dressers. Yeah.
Very sharp. Everything is tailored exceptionally well. Thank you, caller. Chat. This is probably your last one, chat. So you better pick a voicemail. And the first person to pick one is going to be the winner. Hammond chose saving time. Let's go.
Okay. What is like the point of urinals? Like, I Googled it and like the general consensus is it's like to save time, right? But like, you're only saving like, what, 2 seconds? The only extra time added for men is like the actual act of like opening the stall door, closing it, and then locking it, and then again opening it again and closing it behind you, right?
Yeah.
So like, we build like entirely different bathrooms for the different, like, you're spending all that money and changing a building structure and adding all those extra pipes in to shave down like 3 seconds. What is the deal with that? I don't understand. Mansplain this to me like I'm stupid, okay?
Oh,
Bye.
don't worry. Don't you worry. Ignorance is staggering.
All right.
It's so you can look at each other's pieces, right?
Yes.
Exactly. Yes.
What, like dicks?
Yes. Yeah.
You think? Well,
okay. Here's the deal. When there's a toilet, like a normal toilet, there's more of a chance for spillage and splattering and things like that.
Most of us are going to stand up no matter what. If we have to
always,
just
I'm
pee.
never sitting. I pee 400 times a day. I poop once a day. So like, I want to be standing every time I pee.
Right, and you know that at least one of the guys behind you has stood up to pee on that toilet. So I'm not going to sit on that.
They're always just covered in urine. We've learned this ever since elementary school.
Yeah.
So the idea that you can just go in and there's a thing on the wall that is just like a 3 foot by 2 foot rectangle that's just kind of right around penis height, and then it just goes in there, and you don't have to really aim. You can just be looking up. You usually, like, it's weird if you're just like looking straight down. You can just look at the wall
and there's no
just
door.
like.
So you have the traffic jam problem of like, okay, which one of these stalls doesn't have a person in it? Let me go do the weird look through the crack thing, or try to push on it, and if someone's in there, exactly, and it would cause so much more traffic jam problems to have everything be a stall. So it's convenient.
I'm a full-on trough man. I don't see the troughs as much anymore, but back in the day, go to a baseball game.
Do you want like knee-level troughs, or are you okay with the trough on the floor?
Oh,
I've
Jesus
never seen
Christ.
a floor trough.
Like it's like kind of like a little river in the ground.
I get it.
Kind of like,
no, I feel like that's going to splatter on my shins.
Right,
I think
I
you
should
got
put
to
a bunch of ice in there to capture it or whatever. It's messed up.
Yeah, the men's bathroom. Like what?
Yeah,
what are you
that's
talking about?
These are like baseball stadiums from like 100 years ago that have these kinds of things.
Yeah, I feel like rodeos have that.
Where it's just like you're not missing anything. It's you just go right in there. You got all the space in the world. It's great.
I gotta say, 9 times out of 10, I find myself on the opposite side here. But like, urinals are definitely an efficiency thing. Plus, you save those seconds, right? But those seconds get compounded over time.
Yes, exactly.
And when you're at a hockey game, like, oh my God, you will genuinely miss time.
Legit be like, what are we doing here? Why aren't there more urinals? Yeah.
So, and I also think urinals only work because we can use them, right? Like, that's, and I get we're lucky there. I understand. I realize there's privilege there. It's not fair. It's not fair. Like, I wish.
Yeah, I'm good. No, I'm just.
Like my wife is like, I wish I could piss in a urinal. I'm like, I wish you could too.
It seems like it would be faster. I feel like the only downside is if you pee there at the same time as 3 other men, you're legally obligated to become a barbershop quartet.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what we do in there. Yeah.
That's how they're born.
And if we're being honest, a men's bathroom, especially at a sporting event, is the last place I want to spend time in.
Sitting down,
I spend time in there, and I don't want to touch anything in there.
I want to fucking hear these idiots and their stupid fucking caveman conversations. I want to get the fuck out of there as fast as I can. God forbid my son is in there there too. Got to give him earmuffs while he's listening to all these hooligans, and we get the fuck out of there as fast as we can.
Do you guys ever get the vibe from, and this is not judgy, I want to get that out of the way first, that some people go into the public restroom and there are open urinals and they just have to pee, but they're going to go use a stall instead. Would you ever make that decision? Because I don't.
Wait, if there's an open urinal?
If there's an open urinal and that
if there's an open urinal, I'm picking that 10 out of 10 times.
10 out of 10 times. Same.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I think I'm like 99 out of 100 because you always want to leave a room open for like something else. Maybe I also have to like do something else, you know?
Okay.
Like,
yeah, sure. Yes.
Like not poop. I just mean like I have to adjust something or get a grip
a little
on
extra
something.
privacy might help every once in a while. Maybe there's like you really got to dig in there with an itch or something. I understand.
Yeah.
But I do get the sense like some people are like, no, I'm waiting for a stall. I'm like, you got to poo? And I said, I don't know.
Some people are bladder shy. I get it. It's not easy.
It's probably bladder shyness, right?
Yeah.
It's probably what it is. Okay, that makes a ton of sense. Now you say it.
You know, Bailey, come on. What do you please add something to this? I feel like this is very.
The bathroom sounds like a hellish experience for men. As a woman, I go into a bathroom and I leave with 5 new best friends every time. And nobody knows anything about what anyone's bits looks like. We just know what the brand of lipstick we're all wearing is.
I've actually don't think I've ever seen a penis in the bathroom.
Oh,
I mean, you know they're there,
have.
but
what are you
I've
guys
never
talking
seen
about?
it.
Present in just outside your peripheral. Which
Right,
is
that's why. So your eyes are
not
just
seeing
locked,
one.
you know.
I'm
You
just
guys
looking at
are
the wall, but it's like
lying.
it's such a. I'm not. I'm just a natural.
I've definitely never seen another penis.
I've never. I'm not gonna say definitely, but I don't think so. I don't remember it. I think I would.
Yeah, I guess
no.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like your brain, at the very least, fills in those peripheries. Like it just like crafts one.
Yeah,
you know,
just like the man next to me is actually just a giant dick standing next
yeah,
to me.
just like Photoshop, regen fill. Like it just knows to put a big old dong there. Does it not? You know?
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
I've seen way more on like San Francisco public transit than I've even come close to in a bathroom.
Yeah. If you want to see plenty of dongs, just join a men's league ice hockey team, and you'll see.
Oh, sure.
Plenty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's right. The gyms, gym locker rooms, you see way more dongs than in any bathroom.
They've also got websites for that now.
Oh yeah.
They've also got websites for that now.
For just dongs?
That's disgusting. Tell me so I can avoid them.
What is that good? Somebody do it in the chat.
Oh gosh. Well, I'm not sure there's a better place to wind this podcast down, folks. This has been my pleasure of the week. Thank you so very much, Bailey Myers, for joining us today. Where can people find you? What are you working on? What should we be excited about?
You can find me on Twitch every night at Bailey vs. Predator. We just released our special Halloween Honest Game trailer for Grim Fandango, which Mike Minotti contributed a couple jokes to.
One of his favorite games.
Good jokes?
One of his favorite games. I used a couple, so
Okay.
I wouldn't use them if they were bad. Jeff knows that.
Yep.
Tragically.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that's what's going on.
Excellent. Dan Reichert, Jeff Grubb, and Jan Ochoa pulling all the strings in the background and also playing a hell of a lot of effects. Let's just be honest. That was delightful. Thank you, Mr. Spookster. 707 Exit Flu. That's our phone number. Leave a voicemail and maybe you'll be on next week's Voicemail Dump Truck. I think we're actually going to, what are we doing? Are we doing it early or recording it early? I don't know. We'll let you know next week.
Things are shifting around next week. Yes.
There will be an episode next week. We just don't know what day. But don't you
Friday
worry.
Night Porkin' tonight.
Yes, that's right.
Finale. Yes.
Dan Reichert joins the Windbag.
Someone's going to die on that episode, so don't miss it.
Yeah,
I'm prepared.
Always.
I brought my coat.
You got your affairs in order?
Yeah, I'm all good. I got all my Minnesota clothing here. I'm going to be nice and warm. So, yeah.
Excellent.
Code
Thank
grandma,
you.
Code grandma.
Oh, no. We've got a code grandma in effect.
Oh, no.
Where is it? Pirates of the Caribbean? I'll be right there. Leave us a voicemail. Thank you, chats. Thank you, callers. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey, Dumpers, with the holidays quickly approaching, I wanted to reach out and give you all my gift early. Jeff Aguilar, Jeff Grubb, Jan Ochoa, Dan Reichert, Tamor Hussein, and Lucy James too, Mike Minotti and Nikki Grayson, And all the people behind the scenes. All the people behind the scenes. Reach out to me if you need any booking inquiries. Thanks. Bye. Love you.
Let's put out a call for Bailey songs. We need some Bailey songs.
Come on. What the fuck? Get
Including
Bailey.
Nikki and Minotti and not me. Fine. I see how it is.